first light, we had two doe come in, and then a bigger doe, and then they left, and then they came back, and then they just left the food plot, and then this one came back. I don't know if it was a different group of doe or what, but I haven't had any deer, any buck come to that pear tree yet. I'm gonna be sitting all day. So we got a 6-point down in a lower food plot. My buddy Gary is hunting down there. He just texted me and said he has a 6-point in front of him. So good morning, everybody. I'm probably going to do another live later this evening as well. But I'm surprised I didn't see a buck yet up in this field. Usually I would have seen a buck either early or right at first light, but nothing happened yet. But having this doe here should be pretty good, so I figured I'd go live. I'm gonna actually go look for my son's deer tomorrow. I got a cool video coming out with Theo, another hunt with him. We have bucks all over us the last couple of videos. Now it figures that I'm sitting here waiting myself. No buck comes out. But this doe knows something up. She's just sitting there. I got my Jinxum scent to the lower left, and those deer were smelling it this morning. Two of them ran from it, but then they came back. This doe is about 22 yards away. I'm just waiting for one of them big bucks to show up, or a shooter buck anyway. But there is a 6-point down in the bottom field. Gary is looking at that one. So thank you guys for coming in. I can't really talk too loud because I have this doe about 20-some yards away. So I'm just waiting for their granddaddy to come in. But I'm gonna be in the stand all day. I brought my lunch with me. It was a beautiful morning, man. It was so clear and the stars were out. Yeah, it's pretty calm here too. We got a west wind. But Theo didn't want to go with me today this weekend. Yeah, I got a doe tag, but I'm not going to shoot doe. Not yet. So I'm just watching and enjoying this deer, and hopefully it draws in other deer. I was getting back. I was kind of bummed out that Theo didn't want to come, but he was with his friends for Halloween last night, and he's hanging out. He came down with me. He came down with me like the last 3 weekends, so I guess he needs a break. But boy, did he have some action. Wait till you see the videos. If you haven't seen the videos that are out now, go over and check it out. It sort of sets the tone for the next videos. There's a really nice 10-point here that we saw last Saturday evening. It was a wide one. But that pear tree you see behind the doe, that's like a community hub. Just about every buck in the area goes over there and starts rubbing their antlers and making scrapes. So I'm hoping one of them make the mistake today and come by. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. It's a little chilly out. I gotta put my gloves on. funny is, everybody talks about the October lull. Well, it's the end of October, beginning of November, and we didn't have no lull down here. Every time we sat in a stand, we had deer and bucks around. So that's a good thing, but that just goes to show you all the hard work in putting these food plots in and trying to manage some deer. It helps out a lot. Keeps looking to the right. I'm hoping that's where the 10 point came from. like having deer in the plot because the deer let you know when other deer are coming. There's a goofy 5-point running around here, a really big 5-point. And he runs around like a goofball. He's like a teenager. I rattled him in like 3 times last week. No, it's making a little scrape over there. It's rubbing his antlers. Now he's going to the bathroom. We need a big boy to come in like that. Well, a little bit closer. But they are moving a little bit. Yeah, I just rattled this morning. But yeah, they do. Last week, I rattled in that 5-point like 3 times. But this buck's looking around over there. We'll see what he's doing. He's walking away. Right. I don't see nothing to the right of me, but that's a good sign that they're moving. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to set the crossbow down. So I ain't got to hold it all the time. I just bought a boggle that is a pear tree, not an apple tree. But it's loaded with sickle pears. In Theo's next video, that big 10-point comes out over there and stands on its hind legs and starts eating the apples. You're not going to want to miss that video. I've been editing it for a couple days. But I brought the tripod up. Make it a little easier. You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if my audio's on. Okay, sorry, can't talk real loud. deer hunting. But last week we had some really, really cool action. Theo got another shot. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that happens to everybody. But the thing about hunting is, as long as you can get out, you can do it for a long time. You just gotta stay in shape. I'm waiting for this buck to walk down this gas line here. I got my milkweed. What's up, Kyle? Milkweed. It's pretty calm. We just had a 6-point chase a doe out of the food plot, Kyle. You have to go back and watch it. Small little dink. Pencil rack. My buddy seen him down in the food plot down below. I had 2 doe come in at first, like at dark. They came over, and then they got scared and they ran off. And then the bigger doe came down the gas line and didn't like what she saw in the field for some reason, and it went across. But then they came out to the right of me, and I have to jink some scents out, and I made a trail from where I'd come up on the field, and I walked the edge of the field in front of me, and I put the jink some ecstasy out. So if any buck walks down that way, I can catch him. Yeah, the blind's up about 12 feet. Yeah, it's up 12 feet, and it is overlooking this. The only thing is, when Theo and I are in there, I'm usually looking out that right window. Let me get my mic up a little higher. Okay. When me and my dad and Theo's in here, we have, 3 sets of eyes. And I'm always looking at that way. I can see deer coming up through the woods on that side. Yeah, I hope the Blue Jays win tonight too. I take it the Dodgers won yesterday. But those deer they come up and they walked out. But every week so far, I've had buck at this scrape, and they've been big bucks. And Theo can't shoot that far. But if Daddy gets a shot at 50 yards, I'm taking it. Especially that big wide down. I'll try to get him in closer, but I'm hoping this ecstasy draws him in. Right where that doe was, it's 22 yards. If one of those bucks come in, and Theo had 2 10 points come into that range, wait till you see the next video, that's all I gotta say. You won't believe what happens. He had a big 10-point come in. And we had an 8-point out there, and it walked. I grunted to it, and it walked. into the left. This is all last week. Or the week before too. There's a few videos coming out. But it's a little chilly, but I got my jacket up on the windowsill. And yeah, there's no rain in the forecast here. I'm surprised we haven't seen more deer movement, because last week we had deer everywhere. It was nice last week, but I thought this morning would have been even better because we had those storms the last 2 or 3 days. I figured a buck would want to come and freshen these scrapes up and come out here and put more scent out. But it's still early. You never know when that deer's going to come on in this plot. Yeah, this blind is big, it's comfy. We gotta work on getting some new chairs. So I think my dad and I are gonna get some chairs for next year for sure. I don't think we need them for rifle season, but I just bought a bog pod. And I wanted to get a final rest, but because I get a discount, but I had a gift card for Bass Pro, and so I ordered the bog pog. And so the only thing is having me carrying everything up myself, it was too much this morning. I brought a big cooler in for my lunch. So I got a cooler with some sandwiches, some golden Oreos, some high-chew candy, some potato chips. And I take all the wrappers off all my stuff before I get in the blind, because I can't stand sitting here and opening candy wrappers and like potato chip bags. So I take it all out of it and I just throw it all in one bag, in like a Ziploc bag. Sometimes I'll dump it out on the table and just eat it like that so I don't make noise. It drives me nuts. I hate when creaking and stuff happens. What's up, Tim? We just had a 6-point chase of doe through the plot. He was grunting a little bit and pushed her out. I gotta put my gloves on, man. My hands are freezing. Get my Merino 330s out from Sitka. Sitka gear, guys. If you can afford it and want to get a good set of clothing, it's the way to go, man. I said to myself, I'm never spending that much money on clothing. And then I started hunting in the cold weather in Ohio and started looking for different clothes, and I bought the Sitka gear, and I'll never look back again. Great stuff. Expensive, but great stuff. All right, there we go. Got the fingers out of him. I said Sitka gear, and I'm sitting here doing a live, and a notification pops up with Sitka gear. I swear to God, they can hear us. They can hear us talking about it. It's crazy. I don't even know what time it is. I can't look with my phone. The one good thing is, I See if he comes over. There's a buck. He's walking over here. Let me grab my crossbow. He don't look real big. But he, whoops. Shit. See if I can get him on camera here. Where's he at? He's in the food plot. Oh, I see. There comes another one out. Okay, this one might be a shooter. Yeah, this one is a nope. There's a half rack coming out. And there's 2 bucks. They might go at it. I'm gonna try to get them on camera. It's that 5 point. Oh no, this is a big buck. It's a nicer buck anyway. Let's see if I can't get him. See if he comes in. This might be that 8 point. He's rubbing. This might be that 8 point. He's a shooter. Here comes the 5 point. This 5 point's a goofy bastard. Okay. He looks like he's coming this way. The bigger one's coming. He looks like he's coming. Yeah, he's coming. Yep, he's coming over. He's feeding. He's feeding on the right side of the food plot. I think I'm going to shoot this deer if he comes in. It's going to take some time. I'm hoping he hits the central. He's just standing out there. That 5 point's a goofy deer. Here he comes. Okay, here he comes. He's making his way over slowly. I might shoot this one live for you guys. Yeah, he's just standing in the food plot. I'm wondering if I should grunt. Oh, here goes the 5 point. See the 5 point at the end right there. Told you 9 o'clock, man. I can't grunt the bigger one here. Yeah, he's coming. He's coming, guys. Yes, he is. He's getting shot if he comes in. Here he comes. He's coming. You'll see him in a second. He's coming in. He's a big 7 point. If he comes in there, I think I'm going to shoot him. Get ready, boys and girls. Get ready, boys and girls. set my crossbow down. He was decent, but he wasn't enormous. I was going to take him. When he turned broadside, I was going to take him, but his rack, he's like borderline. Then he got a little spooky. No, there is scent out there. He didn't smell me. I got the ozonics on. Yeah, they're moving around. I'd really like a big one. Here comes that goofy bastard, the goofy 5-point. If that 7-point comes back out this evening, I may take him. But he was 22 yards. Here comes a 5-point. He's gonna walk right here. Watch. Little goofy. This is a goofy one. Here he goes. He might give you a show. Here you go. He's giving you a show now, boys. Doing the old scrape. We need a bigger one to come in. We need that big 10 to come in, or that big 8. We got all kinds of bucks around here, man. Yeah, that's what you, well, I could have shot him, but he was like borderline. If you see this 10-point, if he comes in, he's a shooter. But see how I grunted him right in? They're a little bit receptive to calls right now. And antlers, I'd like to get this buck to leave, and then I'm going to stick the antlers on him. But he's a nice 5-point, that buck right there. The one walking away right now. He's a nice one. But I need their granddaddy. I need their granddaddy to come out. Because this, Chris, I just had a borderline shooter 7-point come out. There's a 5-point in the food plot right now. He's behind that tree. But I could have shot him when he turned, but he jumped a little bit and he walked away. So, but he came right to me. I grunted him right in. And this goofy one right here, he's coming out behind a tree in this area. See him? I want the granddaddy to get out here. He was a nice one, but he wasn't. He was borderline. He was borderline. He was about a 16-inch spread, 17 maybe. Nice high rack, but he wouldn't score real high. Being a 7-point. He was definitely he was a borderline. He came right up from the valley where my stand is. So that's good. We're seeing deer. And I had the safety off. That 7-point's a young deer too. So, but we got him moving. We got him. We got him moving, guys. Yeah, I saw that 5-point come walking over. And then I'm looking at the 5-point, and I see a rack coming out of the woods, coming up over the hill, and he came from my stand. I have a stand in a valley, a double ladder that we use for rifle. If my dad's in here, I go over there, and but usually when my son's with me, we're all in here. but I like to spread out, you know. So, but the sun's coming out. It is beautiful out right now, and I'm hoping that the Mac Daddy 10 comes. He's a nice buck. The 10 is nice. He's definitely a shooter, no question. He was, like I said, he come out. I thought he was the big 8, but he's a 7. Now, I don't know if I was the one that Theo. I don't think I was the one that Theo had walk past us, unless I missed a point because I thought he was an 8. He could have been at 7, but it was like just getting light out, and I grunted, and he come walking in to the left. But I don't know. But they all went that way. They all go straight away, and that one walked right up the gas line and went in. So I don't know where he was, but yeah, that was a cool experience. But what was cool is I grunted him straight in. He came right in. So I'm going to rattle right now. It might get a little loud because I hate banging my antlers off of the wall, but I'm going to rattle. I got to make sure there's nothing in the food plot before I rattle, though. Give me a second. All right, I'm going to grab the antlers. That 5-point came in last week, running straight to the antlers. So I'm going to put these out there and rattle a little bit and see if I can. Maybe that big 10 will come out. I don't know. Here he comes. Here comes that stupid 5-point. He run right in. Run right into the damn antlers. Here he comes. Told you, he loves to run in. He's looking. Told you he's gonna come running in. I'm hoping one of them big boys come running in. What a goof. He's a goofy one. Told you, he'll run right back. He's looking. That's a pretty picture right there. If he was a bigger deer, man. See him sniffing and smelling. Well, there's a show for you guys right there. We need the big boy to come in now. He's right behind this tree. He come charging in, guys. gonna shoot him. I would have shot the 7-point. He's walking back over. He's just walking in the middle of the field. I told you. I told you. It's neat when you know your deer. Yeah, he's healthy. He's beautiful. Nice. Next year it might be a nice one. But when I rattled, I had my hands out the window so I don't hit the blind. And I rattled, and I seen a whitetail running right to me. So I had to get it in here inside, and he comes running in. Last week he did the same thing. Yeah, he'll be a good one. Yeah, the antlers, I told you they work. He went right back the way that buck came. He's going over and over the hill. I got my buddy texting me down there. He probably heard me rattling. Yeah, he's just walking over. He's going down towards my other stand. Pretty cool. Now, what the hell is he doing now? Oh, he's walking back on the edge. He's just looking. That was pretty cool. Yeah. It's neat. That 7-point he was a good one, but man, I wanted him to be bigger. Very cool. Very cool, guys. I could probably rattle again and he'll come running in, but I don't want to keep messing it up. I'll wait for like an hour and then I'll rattle again. Yeah, I don't know where he went, but that was pretty cool. I'm waiting to see a rack just come down that gas line where that 7-point walked. They come down that gas line. But that was very cool. I'm gonna have to watch it again live. Make sure you share it out for me. But that's what it is right now, guys. You gotta be in the woods, especially this time. And I was talking about the October lull, and we didn't have an October lull down here at all. We had deer every weekend. We were down here with now Theo could have shot that. He would have shot that 7-point for sure. I would have told him to shoot that for sure. But it was just not what I want. No. He comes in this week, tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe. But we're entering the rut, guys. You never know what's going to happen. So, I think that was a good pass for me. Carrie sent me a video, so I gotta go look at that too. That was very cool, though. Very cool. Look out this side here, because I rattle, he come running. I freaking keep forgetting. Something else could come in too. Like I said, guys, that barometric pressure's rising. It keeps them deer moving. That barometric pressure, I was saying that in the live last time. That barometric pressure releases a hormone in a deer called cortisol. And cortisol makes them want to move. So when the barometric pressure goes up, they have nasal receptors. They have receptors in their pressure's rising, they can't help but move because it's in them. You know, they can't control that. And then another hormone that releases is called ghrelin or ghrelin, and that's a feeding hormone, and it makes them hungry. And a human can control that. And a lot of these shots you see now out from doctors, it controls the ghrelin in us, the hormone in us, but a deer can't control that. So when the ghrelin's released, it makes them want to, the cortisol and the ghrelin, it makes them want to move and feed. So when the barometric pressure goes out, then you have a deer that wants to move and feed more. A lot of times before a front comes in, the barometric pressure rises the day before a front comes in. So a lot of people hunt the front like a day late because they're thinking that they're going to go out before. No, it's still rising, but then when the front comes in, it drops. So what happens is people go out the day of, like, the morning before the evening rain or something. Boy, here the day before could have been great. And if you start watching the barometric pressure, then I think you're going to see more deer. You'll get out a little bit earlier, like a day earlier, and you'll see deer moving. That's like the high point. But then throughout that, leading all the way up to the front, it's rising. But a lot of people will hunt the front, and they're like, man, I didn't see anything because, or they see a few deer and they thought it would be hotter. But if they would have hunted it a day earlier, it would have been on fire. So I've been watching that barometric pressure, and I learned that. I've researched it. I learned it from Josh Bomar. He has some great stuff. The guy is unbelievable. And Chris Brackett and Josh Bomar and them guys, I was watching their podcast, so I researched it. Sorry. So I researched it and started reading on it. And Josh Bomar's a bodybuilder, so he relates that to the humans, and the human can control that with shots with the doctor. That's why you take those shots in the stomach and you don't eat anything, because it's controlling that ghrelin. And deer can't control that, so they just eat and eat. So that's why you're seeing deer before the fronts and stuff like that. So make sure you're checking your barometric pressures, guys. Today it's rising. I'll check it again. I check it out most constantly. I'm constantly checking it. Constantly checking it. And I've noticed I've been seeing a lot more deer when I use that as an option to get out there. Now, my new property, I've been going out and it's been steady. It's been rising, and then I get out there and I look and it's dropping or something. And that's no good. Because I thought if the barometric pressure is rising or dropping, then it's good. Well, here, you want it to be rising. Now, moving is good. If it's dropping, you don't want it steady. But if it's dropping, I thought it's better than steady. So just keep an eye on your barometric pressures, and I think you'll see more deer. And that's your off the hook tip of the week. That 7-point came right in at 22 yards. I have my scent wick right here with the ecstasy. Now, they're not in full-blown rut, but I put full-blown rut out there, so that could be why that deer jumped a little bit. It's not natural right now because of the deer aren't, you've seen the does, they're not in estrus. But I had some synthetic estrus left in my bottle. Another week, like next week it'll be on, but this week might be it might be too strong, basically. The Bewitched, I could have probably used the Bewitched, but I didn't have any left. I have 2 whole bottles left that I'm using for the rut, but I didn't have any left for this hunt. So I used a little bit of the ecstasy, which has the vaginal secretions, all that stuff in it. It's a little more potent than the Bewitched. So if you guys go over to Jig Some Sense and check out all the new products, we got a bunch of new gland lures too, tarsal and stuff like that, interdigital tarsal, We have them in the dabs and the liquid. So make sure you're going over there and checking that out. I use a Limit Shield Scent Elimination, so go check that out. I have all that in my description of my videos. But to jinx some scents, I put the ecstasy out. And that buck might not have liked the ecstasy right now because it's not natural. So he smelled it and he like jumped a little and turned. I could have shot him though before that. But I was just like, well, and then he turned and did that, and it was definitely not. I could have probably shot him walking away, but he was broadside for a couple seconds. I could have took him. I'd really like to see that wide dent today. I really would like to. He's not real high. His tines aren't real big, but he's wider. And I don't know. I don't think that was that 8-point, because that 8-point that we saw was bigger than that 7. He was taller. So, but I let him go. He walked out of my life. What's up, John? I just passed on a nice 7-point. I rattled in a 5-point. Seen a goofy little one, little 6-point. And then 3 doe. I just rattled in. We had a 5-point in there and he left. And I rattled and he ran back in. It was pretty funny. He just walked over here. I'm not going to stay on too much longer because I got to pee. But I'm hoping. I'm getting videos from my buddy that's hunting down below in the bottom food plot. It was 32 degrees this morning here. 32, and it's getting warmer. It's supposed to go up to 60. But I don't know if I had that 7-point again in here. Maybe. Not shoot him. I don't know. You don't want to be done either. Just getting out in video and deer. But go back, John, and look at the deer on the live. Go back and check it out. I just happened to look over and I seen a 5-point. And then when I seen that 5-point go, and I seen another rack coming out over the hill. Yeah, I'm trying not to rush the shots. I let him stand there. I had the crosshairs on him. But I was like, man, he's not the one that it was too early, you know what I mean? But I have that 10-point hap. I could shoot 450 feet per second. I could have doused him right in the front shoulder and I would have went straight through him. But I choose not. Yeah, I'm waiting. He was nice, but he wasn't there's a 10 in here and a nice big 8. And we're missing a 10 right now, but you're gonna have to watch the video for that one. Theo cracked one. And the other one, he got 2 deer this year. He had cracks at 2 10s. The first 10 he nicked, and I got him back on camera, so he's okay. The second one, I think he's done. But you guys gotta go. That video's coming out soon. You ain't gonna want to miss that. Yeah. You're heading to Donkey Land, that's cool. But yeah, so so the next video coming out, guys, is a good one. You're gonna not want to miss that at all. It's just action packed. It's really good. I'm editing it right now. And yeah, and wait till you see what happens. You won't believe it. But that 5-point, that 7, I don't know if I've ever seen that one. And that goofy 6, I don't know. I'm hoping. I mean, this food plot's usually a better evening stand. So I can't wait to the evening now. But we got all day. We're going to sit here all day, I think. I'm not going to leave. I guess I'm gonna end it now because it's sort of slowed down, and we will come back probably for the evening. That would have been cool to get that deer and shoot it live on camera, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I may take some of the footage off of it, you know. All right, you guys want me to do the antlers again? I'll do the antlers again. And then look at that goofy 5-point might come running back in. Let me get up here a little bit. Look out, they're coming. Oh, here comes another deer. Here comes the 5-point again. Watch. Here he comes. Dude's looking. I need the big boy to do that. Here he comes. This guy is goofy, man. He wants a fight. I should just shoot him. What a nutball. This 5-point's looking for a fight. Here he comes. Whoops, sorry. I'm waiting for his big brother to come in. Look at that goofy bastard. He's looking. He just came right down the gas line. Yeah, he is. He just sneezed. He just did a little goofy grunt, snore, wheeze. This deer is goofy. He just likes to walk around. I'm surprised he ain't making a scrape. Here he comes. Already to the right. I can't really show you too much here because of the camera. scrape again. There, you're looking at the scrape. Yep, watch him smelling. He's smelling all the scrapes over there. That's like a community scrape. He's eating pears too. See if he rubs his antlers in the tree. This deer is goofy, man. Easy to shoot, I guess. He just keeps coming back and forth, back and forth. We need a big boy to do that, man. Well, I guess the antlers are working. I mean, he can hear him. He's coming straight in, so he was a pretty good distance away. Figured that 7-point would come back, but he's smarter than this 5-point. But I keep looking to the right of me because that's where that big 10-point came from last Saturday, last evening. He's going to walk right back up the gas line. Nutball. He's crazy. They are ready to fight. Yes, they are. But I need to get a big one coming in ready to fight. See, he's going right up that gas line. Just like that 7-point went. And the 8-point came from there. The 10 points came from there. Yeah, he's ready to fight. He just keeps coming in. He don't see nothing now. I bet if he had a decoy out, he'd probably hit the decoy. Crazy. But we'll see. Sometimes them big bucks will move midday and come out and make their scrapes and stuff, so that's why I'm staying here all day. And I just, for the life of me, I can't tell if that 7-point was that 8-point that I thought was 8-point. 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know if he was the one that was in the scrape last week. But he's decent. Yeah, everything's good right now. We'll see what happens. Oh, that bit, the 10 comes in, you'll see me. I'll be shook up a little bit. But Theo was too. That's the good stuff. He couldn't stop shaking. So we're just gonna sit it out all day here. Alright guys, well listen, I'm gonna get out of here so I can contact Carrie, let him know what's going on. And Bob's been texting me too, so I'm gonna go to get off of here, and I'm gonna start cutting my video as well. And I should see you back here. We'll do another one this afternoon, guys. Alright? Alright guys, well like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We want to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And make sure you're checking out all my videos. We got some good ones.